As so often is going to be the case, if we leave things at the defaults, then we're probably getting a little bit too much information being logged. The defaults will allow pretty much everything to be logged. So anything from debug and above is going to be logged. And it's going to be logged through to the syslog daemon, which will probably send it through to varlog messages or varlog syslog, depending on the distribution that we're using. On the Ubuntu system, where our master DNS server is based, that's going to default to sending it through to /var/log/syslog. So we're probably going to want to look at changing the configuration. If we look at a possible logging configuration, because we can't tell you what you're going to need, but this is just a possible logging configuration, we go through and add in a logging command, and we could probably put this in the options file. We can then go through and specify a channel, and we're going to give this a name. We're just calling it bind log here. And we can specify then to the file bind.log. I haven't specified the path through to where that's going to be. So that's going to be a file within the directory directive that we've got configured. So var cache bind. We're specifying that we're going to keep 3 files with a maximum size of 10 meg. We're only logging, in this case, warnings. So warnings and above. So we're cutting out on everything below warning, and we'll see all of the severity levels that we can have. So we can then close that off. So that's really identifying what and where we can log. We then create a category, and we're just saying default. So this is going to capture everything and send it through then to the channel for filtering. We're sending everything then through to the bind log. We could set different categories, and these categories could be for queries, they could be from the server, could be client requests. We're closing this off. So we're just using the default category, and everything from the default category we're sending through then to the channel bind log. That channel then does our filtering. This is then bypassing the syslog daemon, and we're creating our own log file. We're choosing not to put it in var log, but that's really then just so we're not going to get any issues with either SE Linux or AppArmor where we're using it, because we can find that by default the bind daemon isn't going to have the permission to create log files within those directories, only its own directory. Of course, we need to make sure everything is closed properly, so we've got then our final brace bracket and semicolon that closes off the logging option that we've added in. When we look at the severities, we can run down from top down, probably much as you would expect, but we're then running down from critical, error, warning, notice, info, debug, and dynamic. Dynamic just allows logging options to be changed whilst the system is running. But if we choose dynamic by default, that's then going to be including everything from debug up. We said that we want the severity of warning, so we'll be including warnings, errors, and critical severity levels. So let's take a look at this on our system.